Hey, everybody.
Hello, guys. We missed you. We're
Yes, it has
back.
been so long. Like,
So long.
so long.
Okay. How long?
A little over a year.
That's
We owe you guys an
crazy.
apology.
Yes.
Because we have went MIA.
Yes, we
And we
have.
did not explain, give you guys a heads up.
Yes.
We went ghost.
Yeah. But if you follow our Instagram, you'll know we said that we'll be back.
Yeah.
We're going to be on a hiatus.
Yeah.
But if you listen to our podcast but don't follow our Instagram, you probably were confused. Like,
Yeah.
where did they go?
Yeah, like they were just on fire and they just went disappeared.
Yes. But we're going to talk about why we left.
Yeah.
And we want to let you guys know we're back.
Back,
Okay.
and we're not going anywhere.
Yes.
Like, we're here to stay.
Here to stay.
But the first thing that we want to kind of touch on is just the fact that, you know, we have had different things in our lives just happen over this last year. Good things, some not so good things. But we are in a better place, the both of us, and just excited about what God is doing in the both of our lives.
Yes.
And we can't wait to share with you guys. Like, Faith, like, she's doing
Yes.
some amazing
I
things.
can't wait to share.
Oh my gosh. Like, we honestly are just so excited about what God is doing in our lives. And at first, I'll share kind of just why we took a hiatus, or why we even took a break. So some of you may have known that I was engaged to be married, and I did have an actual episode with my ex-fiance,
Yes.
on the podcast. And unfortunately, that was broken off before the wedding, and we decided to go our separate ways. And I had to take some time to actually heal and to grow through that. It was very traumatic for me, and it definitely hurt. Because I thought that I had found that person. I had found the man that God had for me. And to have to accept that that was not the case was hard for me. And thanks to Faith and so many different people, my friends, my family, that honestly were my backbone. And they gave me the strength that I needed to be able to get through it. And now a year later, like, I have a genuine like smile and peace about me that nobody but God has given me. Like, the stuff that I've been through this year alone, like, I could literally, and I will, write a book. So stay tuned for the book. But it has been so much. But honestly, God has been gracious to me. His grace, His favor, His mercy on my life throughout this whole entire journey has been amazing. And I'm just so grateful. So a year later, I am single. But I am talking to someone that I really appreciate, and he's a great guy. So
look what God has done.
Look, a year. It's been crazy, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward to the new journey that I'm on, and what God is gonna do.
Yeah.
So Faith,
guys, you know, I've been up to a lot of different things. God has been working and moving in my life. During the podcast, I was praying and I was fasting and just really seeking for a job. We ended up stopping the podcast, and I continued praying, fasting, and y'all, God moved.
Yeah.
I have a new job that's based in a new city. God did amazing things, and He blessed me with a new job. And He blessed me with a new book, y'all. I wrote a book during the time we were away.
Yes.
And this book is God inspired, okay? It is therapeutic, it's inspiring, it's motivational. After you read it, your life will be transformed.
Yeah.
I am just in awe that God allowed me to write such a blessing that will really inspire other people as they read it. And it's basically a 31-day devotional filled with prayers and scriptures and journaling prompts and stories from my own life to really help people and encourage them in their walk with the Lord and help them to build the faith they need to get through challenges, to overcome different, battles that they're going through. So I'm really excited to talk more about this. I'm not going to talk too much about it right now because we want to turn the focus back to our podcast. But I do want to let you guys know to check it out.
Yes.
I have a website. It's called lifeoffaith.store. And you can view my book on there, see what it's about, and actually purchase it. So it's lifeoffaith.store.
We are so happy and proud of Faith for just taking that step. And making that move. Yeah. God is doing some amazing things. She didn't even tell y'all she got blessed with a car as well.
Okay. Ooh, God. Okay.
She didn't tell y'all that part.
It's a whole video in itself, the way that God moved this past year in my life.
Yeah.
And it was nothing but him, okay? Because everything that I now have, I didn't have before. But when I sought his face, cried out to him, prayed and fast, he started to move in unimaginable ways. And right now, today, I can only say it was only him.
Yeah.
New car, new job, new book, new man. Oh, hold up. We ain't going to talk about that too much. We're going to save it for another podcast.
Yes, new man.
It's just a lot of new things.
Just listen. He's doing new things.
He's doing a new thing.
New things. And that brings us to our new series, our new topic that we'll be talking about. And we're so excited to talk about because over the last couple of years, or the last year, it felt like things were just being taken from us.
Yes.
Like the things that we desired, being married, the children, the relationship, the house, the car, the job, like it seemed like it was just being taken from us.
Yes.
And we were
funny?
Just
on my way here, I was listening to Ty Tribbett's song, I Want It All Back.
Wow.
And this is our season of getting it all back. Some things actually could have been like God's purpose.
Yep.
Like maybe he removed it. And you sometimes never really know until you continue to live and God reveals things to you later on in life. But some things could be the enemy, and then other things could be just God's purpose.
Yeah.
He wants to remove a certain thing so that you can grow in a certain area. It's all his plan. It's all for your growth. It's all for his purpose and his glory, and for you to become the new person he wants you to be. So it's just good to keep a positive perspective of when things leave or when people leave, because you just never know. It's usually for the best.
Amen. And I can say that I'm the best, like the person that I am today is an amazing woman because of what I went through. Like if I didn't go through that, I don't know who I would be today. But I can say that because of what I went through, because of the heartbreak, because of just having to let go of a dream that I had, God has given me so much more. And he's made me a better woman in the process. And I didn't see it then. I'm like, God, what are you doing? Like I was like acting like a brat. Like what is wrong? Like God, where are you at? But literally, like, as I've been able to calm myself down and just accept the reality, God has been revealing and showing me different things left and right. And I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it was hard. That season.
It was listen, it was a long season. It wasn't just a couple of weeks, couple of months. It was a long season. And I finally had to, like, just relinquish my control of trying to make my life happen how I wanted it to happen. Yeah. And that can be the hardest thing, y'all. Like literally just wanting to like control our lives. And we tell God, I trust you, God, I give it to you. The whole time we checking on him, like, God, what you doing with it? Or God, like, where it's at? The whole time, like, we should be just literally just resting.
That's what it's all about.
And knowing that he has it all in his hands. Yes. And the minute that I truly rested in him, he did it all so quickly. And I literally prayed and asked God, I said, God, please do it fast. And he did it fast.
One prayer.
He did it fast. And I'm like, hold up, wait, did I really mean to pray that? Because I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, this is really fast, Lord. But he really is like just moving. And I'm just so grateful.
Sometimes it just takes us resting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just takes us surrendering, giving it over to him, even though in our mind we had an idea of how our life would be at a certain time, at a certain age, with a certain person.
Yeah.
But now it's about resting in him. Now we've both realized it's about resting in him.
Yeah.
And when you rest, that is when he'll begin to move so powerfully in your life. You'll see him do it, and you'll realize it was only him and not you yourself.
Yeah.
And his plan ultimately is the best plan.
Yeah.
It is the plan that will allow him to get the greatest glory in our lives.
Yeah. And I'm just so grateful to God just because of the fact that, like, even in the midst of our trials, he kept us in our right minds. Like, there are people that I know that went through similar situations and they are not the same. Like, but we look like we don't look like what we actually went through. Like, we look like none of this stuff happened to us. Like, the glory of God has truly been on our lives. His mercy, his favor. And to look back over our lives and just look at it just all from like afar, like just kind of looking at all of it, what we've been through in this past year. It's just like, wow, like.
Yeah. And even some things that we are still going through, you know, God's still not done yet. And personally, I'm praying for healing in a certain area. And that's another thing I was seeking God over this past year and a half about healing, healing, healing. Now, it hasn't come yet, but I have a promise from him that it's going to come. Yeah. And like Daisha said, we don't look like what we've been through. When you look at us, you won't even understand this type of things that have happened, some of which we're sharing right now. But it's ultimately really because of God.
Yeah.
And just his grace and his goodness.
Yeah.
Like God's goodness.
Yeah.
Psalms 23:6 talks about his goodness and his mercy will follow us all the days of our lives. I mean, that verse really speaks to me. It's something that I have been hearing in songs and even reading the scripture, that verse over and over again. It's just a reminder that even when you face difficult trials and you face circumstances that are weighing you down, you feel like giving up, you feel like you've lost all hope, you feel like it's not going to get better. You're like, what in the world is my life? Yeah. God's goodness and his mercy is following you, even when you don't see it. It's running after you. You are here today because of his goodness, because he allowed you to have the life that you have. He brought you into this world. His goodness, his mercy, his love. And I'm so grateful for that. That verse, just it being a reminder that his goodness and his mercy will follow us, his children, God's children, all the days of our life. We'll never be out of his goodness, out of his love, out of his mercy. Yeah. And he's so good. And I don't know if anyone's listening and maybe you're praying about a certain situation. Maybe you're going through a certain trial and you're like, will this ever get better? You're losing hope. Maybe you're depressed, but no, it's going to get better. And have faith in God. Have faith that it's going to get better. Pray and fast. Whatever it is that you are going through, seek God out for it. Cry out to him. And I'm telling you firsthand, after what I've been through, y'all, God is going to move. There is no doubt. All you need to do is have the faith. All you need to do is pray. All you need to do is read your word. All you need to do is worship. All you need to do is keep seeking him over and over again. And sometimes, like Daisha said, he comes quickly. With that one prayer, he comes quickly. But other times it takes you praying over again and giving him some time to work.
And in that time, it builds character. Because if God does this, if God were to do it when you asked him to do it, you probably would have thought it was you. But sometimes he needs to prolong things to build your character. And that's a hard thing because we don't want to be built in our character, because being built in our character means that we're going to have to go through things. It means that we're going to have things taken away from us. For God to be able to build us and to be able to strengthen us. And that's hard. It is hard. None of us like to go through trials, but they're necessary. And at the end of it, we see why every single time. And we will always say this on our episode before, but like literally God uses us. He literally, like everything that we talk about, he does it through us. Like we're not just sitting here just talking out of our mouth or out of the side of our necks. Like he literally is putting us through and working these things through our lives every single day. Like we're not perfect. We have our faults, but we are pressing every single day to be more like Christ.
And it's not easy. This world offers so many good-looking things that you can get distracted and kind of get off the course in God's path for your life. But you can always come back because his mercy is following you all the days of his life. Not just his goodness, but his mercy, his grace. So just a reminder that you can get back on track if you feel like you've fallen off. There's still hope. There's still time to get right with God.
So y'all, we are taking it all back.
You're taking it. That is the theme.
The enemy has made you think he has stolen from you.
Amen.
We're taking it back.
I want it all back.
Ours.
It is ours.
It is already
God
ours.
God has great things in store. He just wants to pour it down from heaven,
and
y'all.
all you have to do is receive it. Open your arms, open your hands, and receive what God has already given you. It's already been given to you.
It's already yours.
It's already yours.
And I think I mentioned this to you because Ty Tribbett song says, I want it all back.
Yeah.
But it's like, we think he took it, but he really didn't.
Yeah.
It's all like...
It's an illusion. It's an illusion.
He's trying to make... The enemy tries to make it seem like he took it all from you. Your joy, the peace, your family.
Yeah.
No. It's right there.
Yep. It was there the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. And honestly, what God has for you is always better
Yep.
than what you thought you wanted for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, always better. In the moment, it may not feel that way. You're like, God, but I want this. The whole time, he got a Lamborghini behind his back. Like, ready to give it to you. Give up the Honda, okay? Give it up.
We ain't coming for nobody with a Honda.
No, we're not coming for the Hondas. We not. But I'm just saying, if God had a Lamborghini for you, you're going to take the Lamborghini. Just saying.
Yes. But we're excited to dive into this new theme of our podcast. I Want It All Back.
And we're glad to see your faces.
Yes.
We're
glad we're showing our faces.
Our faces, yes. But we know that you guys are blessed, and God is going to use you mightily. Be encouraged. Know that we love you. That we are here. Like, our inboxes are open. Like, talk to us.
Questions and all.
Yes, talk to us, because we're not perfect. We are women that are trying to be examples of what women of faith look like. And it's not perfection, because we're not perfect.
It's not easy.
It's not. But we are women that consistently, every single day, are striving to be better. And we are being transparent about the things that we've gone through and how God has made us better through all those different trials. So if you have not already subscribed, if you're watching this on Instagram, subscribe to our podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube or wherever we decide to post, because that's coming very soon. But yeah, we are so excited to be back. And be showing our faces. Yeah. So much in store for this new.
So much in store. Ask us questions. Any questions you have, reach out to us.
Yes.
So, see you next time.
Bye.